Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of Freedom Friday here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I'm, as always, your host here, the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we're going to talk about rent prices in Ohio and how ridiculous they've become anymore, is what it is. It's not so much rent itself; it's more the verified income that they expect you to have to even rent a place, is what it is there. So I was out today with my uncle. He had taken me over to this place in Alliance, which it wasn't a bad looking joint from the outside of it. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of wonder like what the deal is here, if they're like why it's still on the market basically, because it's been on the market for like almost 3 months right now. And I'm just like, yeah, that seems like kind of a long time to be on the market for. And I found out exactly why it's on the market still. It's because they expect the people renting at $750 a month to provide 3 to almost 4 times the amount of fucking rent and verifiable income per month. Is what it is, dude. So you're talking about they're expecting someone to provide almost $3,000 fucking dollars in verifiable income in a state that's median income, I believe, is like less than 22 grand a year. I think that's what it is for Ohio. I'm gonna check that just to confirm right now. Sorry, it's 36,000 a year is what it says here for 2022, which I guarantee is a lot less than that now. So, yeah. Like most working poor people in the state, dude, we're lucky if we bring home like 22, 23K a year is what it is, bro. So for them to sit there and be like, oh no, you gotta fucking provide us with like 3 grand a month guaranteed, like that's not gonna happen, dude. It's just not. So yeah, pretty much this place is out the window. But even though that same way of things though, it's not really that's out the window per se. It's so first off, I swear to God, they're lying their asses off when they were talking about how big this place was, dude, because I'm pretty fucking sure the listing said it was something like um what the fuck's it saying then? Hmm. Okay. Sorry, I was looking at something in game here. Is what it is. I guess people have finally reached an agreement after like a month now. Is what it is. So anyway, but yeah, basically, so what happened was you had went over there to the place today, and I swear to God, dude, they're bullshit what they're claiming how big that place is because they were saying it was supposed to be 1,100 square feet, and there is no fucking way that that thing is 1,100 square feet, dude. It's this house I'm living in right now. My mother's home. Here's what it is just under 900 square feet, and I know for a fact that that place I looked at today was either less than that or it was right around the same amount. Honestly, I would say it's maybe 900 at most if I had to make a guesstimation on that one. The kitchen is about the same size, roughly give or take, as the kitchen I have right now. Maybe a little smaller, even for that matter, because there wasn't a whole lot of cupboard space in there at all. Whereas we have a lot of cupboard space out here, is what it is. Um, there was no extra storage in the basement area or anything like that. So it's whatever the units are, is what they are. Uh, the bedrooms in these places, basically, the room I'm sitting in right now, I would say, was roughly the size, maybe a little smaller actually. Yeah, I'm trying to think now. I'm thinking maybe there was about maybe like 10 feet less, or not quite 10 feet, but like I'm trying to think how I would say it, like 10 feet like this way, like straight across like that or whatever. So it'd be like one section of this room or whatever, like less than what there is here. was the size of the living room, dining room. There's what it is in that apartment. Then you had this little nook in the fucking wall, basically sitting room that they called a second bedroom, which is absolute bullshit. There's no way nobody's living in that place, dude. I could see it being maybe a small child living in that room, potentially, but that'd be about it. And then the back bedroom was probably about the size of my dining room right now in size, which is big enough to basically get a mattress in, and that's about it, honestly. Like maybe a small side table. So yeah, like there's no way, dude. It's fucking teeny. It was so teeny. It was such a lie, dude. Like I said, they were bullshitting you across the board on that one, dude, 100%. So yeah, that one was a complete and total fucking lie. Then they had yeah, like she was basically explaining stuff to me and my uncle and being like, oh yeah, it's like this much money for this and so forth and so on. And I'm like, okay, interesting. And then so I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, here's the deal, and like whatever the case be. And then I was like, okay, she's like, I was like, laundry, and she's like, oh yeah, there's laundry in the basement there or whatever. I'm like, okay, see, that's what it is. And like, even to get like, and that's another thing too, by the way, this is exactly why I wouldn't rent this place, is because looking at the way that the laundry was set up down there, dude, like, there's no way I'm not falling down that fucking staircase carrying a basket of laundry with me at some point in the future. Like, in order to do my laundry properly down there, I would basically have to take like 2 bags with me if I was living in that place, where it would be, I would walk down the first staircase, I would toss like a trash bag full of dirty laundry down there, and then I would walk up with like another like sort of like duffel-y thing is what it is, that has like, that's for like almost like a pop-up hamper kind of thing is what it is there. But yeah, like I don't know when this, because I was asking when the place was built and she never had an answer for that one, which I thought was kind of suspect in general what it is there. And when you have no answer for me like that, it's kind of like, yeah. So there was that, and then it was what was the other thing that she was talking about then? So yeah, so there was that one that I was very, very hesitant about what it is, and then on top of that, there was a secondary thing where it was, when we were discussing like verifiable income and stuff like that, and like how much money I had to make per month to like share them what it is there or whatever. And she was saying something about like how much on top of like the first and last shit what it is there, that apparently I had to provide another set of money that would be like a half a month's rent, so it'd be like I'm trying to think now. So 350 would be, I'm trying to think about what it would be actually now. So yeah, let's see, 750, so that'd be, yeah, so it'd be 375 was what I would have had to do on top of that then for a so-called cleaning fee is what they claimed, and I'm just like, well, that makes no sense. Like I can see if it was like almost like a security deposit kind of thing or whatever, that would make sense to me if she said it like that, because it'd be for them to use as like, place gets messed up, because that's what she was basically explaining to me after the fact, was like, yeah, it's like, okay, if you get trashed a place or whatever, and they have to come in and have somebody clean the place up for us or whatever, if it's going to run out again or whatever, then. And I can totally see that for that reason, right? Like, that would make sense to me on that perspective aspect of it, is what it is there. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, it just seems super fucking shady the way that they were explaining is what it is there. And it, like, the whole thing just came off very, very, like, fucking taking advantage of people. Not to mention the fact that when you actually looked at the fucking place, when she was saying about the whole thing there, she was basically giving us a rundown of different stuff. And then she's like, oh, yeah, we signed 1-year leases. And, oh, by the way, after that 1 year, like, if you don't re-up for another year, it's going to be month to month, then is what it'll be. So, basically, they could fuck you on 2 different ways on that one. And that's why I'm guessing that this unit was even available, for that matter, is because it was probably the person that recently moved out of it, would be my guess, like 5-6 months ago. They were fucking them then is what it was. It was them trying to fuck people back then is what it was then. it was them being like, okay, here's the deal. Like, for like you came in here like a year or two ago, whatever it was, and they were probably paying like $500 in or something a month, and now all of a sudden it's like a year or two later they're like, oh no, now it's gonna be $750 a month. So yeah, it just came off like very fucking scummy in general, and I'm not a fan of it, dude. I'm really not. What the fuck? Oh, that's nice to know. Yeah, it's a good thing I saw that change now. I'd have been pissed tomorrow if that be the case. Yeah, somebody had originally set this thing up. It was supposed to be for tomorrow at 4 o'clock, and now they just redid it to 10 a.m. Then I'm just like, what the hell, bro? But yeah, no, seriously though. But yeah, it's a bunch of shit. Honestly, is what it is, dude. Going back to that thing, because it's like, yeah, it's like no wonder nobody's renting this place out then, because you're severely fucking people over is what it is, dude. It's like you got somebody that maybe can barely come up with that money. Like maybe they're lucky they're making like $1,000 a month or something like that after taxes and everything, and you're asking them to come up with 3 times that? Are you fucking kidding me, bro? It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And then, like, even that, like, even when they were talking about, like, the cosigner stuff, it still sounded like I would have to be the one providing, like, a bank account with, like, 3 G's in it, basically. And it's like, yeah, it's not going to be what happened then, bro. Like, seriously. I might be able to provide something with, like, $750, $800 in it, but that's about it then. Like, it'd be whatever the hell the rent would be then, if that be the case. So, but yeah, it's just, like I said, and I think everything overall, like, it just, how it looked, it seemed just very, like, very small and very, like it in my opinion, say you thought it looked bigger than it was or whatever, but I disagreed entirely. I thought it was it felt even more cramped than this place does right now, dude. And especially, and that was with nothing in it, by the way. I would hate to think with stuff in it then, dude. Like, oh my god, bro, you just be like tripping over shit then if that'd be the case. So, yeah, it definitely felt very back end, basically. Well, I mean, it wasn't like, that's the thing too. It wasn't a bad looking place overall. Like, if I had to be there, I would be there, obviously. But like, if I have other options, like, that's definitely not on the table for sure. Just because it just seems like it's like I said, it seems like they're claiming it's much bigger than it actually is. Not only that, but then also the fact that you have where the back bedroom area there, because my uncle was asking something about the unit itself is what it was, and how they determined like different stuff or whatever it was there. And she was saying something about, I guess it was how they put it now, something about like each unit has its own like separate like boiler, basically is what it is there, which I'm guessing is in the basement area there. And I noticed what was interesting about it was when I looked in the closet there of the back bedroom, that was like, again, probably like maybe about half the size of this room right now, which was about big enough to put a bed in, and then maybe like I said, like a small table or something next, or not like a table, but like a little side like desk kind of thing that's maybe like yay big essentially, to like set like a water glass on or something like that. Basically, it would be like a little like drawer tables when it is there. But yeah, so basically it was, looked in the closet there, and it just had like this big ass pipe in it then, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And that would be like right next to whatever you're sitting there, so it's like potentially could have your shit catch on fire then if that be the case there. So like that's like it's more like half a closet, not a full closet then. That being said, the other half of the closet was big enough to fit a gun safe in, which was nice, but still, it's just like, yeah, like I don't know, man, it just feels very like iffy. Like I said, I'm really hoping, honestly, something happens, because I was talking to my neighbors for like an hour or so. There's what it was, and like I was telling them, I'm like, I'm really just hoping that something happens. Somebody comes along and is like, hey, here's the deal. Like, we'll give you this much for the place, the property, whatever the case be. And you know what? Yes, we're cool with you being a renter here as well. How long do you want to be here for? Whatever the case be, it's going to be a year, it's going to be 2 years, whatever the case be. And just set something up with them for like a long-term rental. This house would be there. Like, that'd be fucking awesome, dude. Honestly. if we could do something like that, that'd be fucking sweet. But again, only time will tell if that actually happens or not. I don't know if it will or not, but it'd be nice if it did, for sure. It'd be real nice if it did, but again, fingers crossed. I'm hoping for something right now. I'm hoping for at least, something better at this point, man, because, yeah, the way things are right now, I just don't, there's just so much unknown right now is what it is, dude, and, I just don't want to end up in a situation where I got to leave this fucking place, and then, sure enough, I, go somewhere else, and then it's like a month or two from now, you got political violence breaking out in this country. That would be the worst thing, honestly, dude. Or even, God forbid, it's post-election cycle when you got, people trying to commit violent acts of, crazy shit or whatever the case be, or it's a bunch of illegals trying to break into places or whatever. Then it's yeah, it's all bad news basically, and that's what I'm saying. It's no good, man. It's no good for anybody, and it's a situation there where it's I really don't want to be having myself put in that kind of situation where I end up getting fucked up then because some dickhead, bought my house out is what it is, and then just, left me to fucking wherever. And I was talking to the neighbor people about, I could always potentially, look maybe for a small plot of land that's super cheap around here or something, like a quarter acre or something like that's what it would be or something. And then just buy one of those Amazon houses or whatever then and put that on it maybe potentially. And then, what else was I saying to him then? And then, yeah, my neighbor guy here was telling me about how I guess he had a buddy that lives up the road there who was telling him about a place he had bought years ago. But apparently, I guess he had not bought the property itself or whatever. He didn't buy the land. He was leasing the land per month from some dude. And it was $500 or $600 a month he was paying this guy to lease the land to basically have a place set on it then. A little trailer or something like that's what it was. So yeah, it sounded really retarded, honestly, the way the setup was going on there. It sounded like I was definitely getting fucked over for sure on that. And yeah, like I said, it just sort of sucks, dude, is what it is. And yeah, it's just a matter of, whatever. And like I said, I think honestly, I hate to say it, but truthfully, I know Tactical Muffin Top gave me that random pep talk here a few months ago, and talked about the whole get a fifth wheel or whatever the case be, and just sort of ride the land or whatever it is there for a while. I mean, that's not stupid at this point, dude. It's actually if I have a license at this point in the next few months or whatever, dude, it is not out of the question to do that right now. It would just be a matter of finding something cheap enough that it wouldn't eat up every fucking dollar I have, basically, is what it would be at that point then, So, and yeah, it really what it would be more or less is what I'm thinking, obviously, would be if I could do something where it would be being able to get something like that, but also having enough money to, like I said, just get a small parcel of land or something like that then, and just have that as a suitable option kind of thing, whatever the case be. I'm not saying I would have to dig a well or something on it, or dig a septic or whatever. Then it would just be having that to sit on every so often, and then it would be from there. It would be myself, doing road trips and stuff like that, and then just more or less just having that place is a quote unquote mailing address. Is what it would be. Another option, obviously, which I know the legality on this is not, all the way legal, which is basically finding a storage unit place that has internal storage in it, and then just living in a fucking storage unit for a year or two. So, I was making that joke with the neighbors and stuff like that, but I was like, yeah, just my fucking luck. I'd be the guy that would do that shit or whatever, and then it turns out as soon as somebody sees me go in there or whatever and just doesn't come back out in a timely manner or whatever then, and now I'm just, get caught in the fucking unit or something like that kind of thing. And then they find my, all my shit there is, obviously, a bed and everything else like that, which I know there was a dude on YouTube a while ago that pulled that stuff, and I know that the thing with that was like that. His whole thing seemed shady as shit. Honestly, the way he was doing it anyway. But I know with me and stuff, it would definitely be, a situation of, um, it would be no bueno basically. So, but anyway, yeah, it just kind of sucks, man. But anyways, I don't know anymore, man. It just feels very. It feels very bad. I guess would be the best way to say it all. Like it just feels very, like things are not gonna be good going forward. Is what I want to say on this one. I mean, if worse came to worse, I could always just live with my sister for a while, but I don't really want to do that because she lives in Columbus, obviously, and that would be a pain in the dick. So, for multiple reasons, obviously, like the biggest one would be getting to my, doctor's appointments and chiropractor and stuff like that. Then would be as the issue as there would it be. It's bad enough driving there. The way I drive there now is what it is. Like I couldn't imagine having to do that any given time in the future where it's, you know, fucking all kinds of shady shit then. So yeah, I just don't. I don't know. Like I said, it would just be nice if something good happened for us once, and it would just be, like me getting a lottery ticket and just hitting the fucking lottery or something like that. That'd be nice, dude. Actually, I should look into that actually because I think tonight's Powerball drawing is like, or not Powerball, Mega Millions drawing. I think it's like 300 something million now, if I'm not mistaken, or something crazy like that. Could be wrong about that one, but I need to check into that really fast. So I may just have my cousin pick me up the ticket if that be the case. Then let's see if let me go check the Mega Millions and the Powerball both actually and see what they're for now. Let's see, Mega Millions is currently at 535 mil with a cash option at 265.6 million. Let's see, Powerball is somebody won it recently. Yeah, somebody won the other day, so it's back down to its 34 mil then. I don't know. I got a couple fortunes in my wallet here. Let's see what the numbers on these motherfuckers are and see what their things are here. Okay, so that one's that. That's probably the one to do it on. Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably the one to go with, is that second one. There are some numbers. So I'm going to have to text my cousin here with a set of lottery numbers and be like, hey, would you get me a ticket with these numbers there? So I think this would be what I'd be with them. Oh, I guess apparently RFK apparently dropped out and endorsed Trump. That is what it was. So, not surprised by that. I'm guessing there's been a some kind of backdoor deal reached between the two guys where when Trump wins, he'll probably give RFK some kind of a secretary of whatever uh, position there. Secretary of State, maybe. Something like that. Okay. Just texted my cousin with these lottery numbers potentially. Yeah, because nothing else, like, hey man, if I hit the lottery, like, fuck man, be a multi-millionaire, I'm definitely buying this fucking place. So, you know, it's like, yep, sales off because I'm buying the place. So, I think the only problem with that is obviously is it would be, having to wait. I think it's either 90 days or 180 days, something like that, for the check to come in. Then, so it'd be kind of a thing where it's like, it's essentially having to work out shit with the family at that point to cover my ass for like 3 to 6 months then until I can get a paycheck then, and then it'd be just like, hey, here's the deal. Like, as soon as I get this lump sum in, it's like y'all are going to be getting a fuck ton of money. That's what it is then. So, because obviously that's what I'd do. I'd give, be starting to hand out like a few million a piece to like different family members would be then, or whatever the actual. Technically, I guess what I would say is it would be like however much money it would be for. What am I trying to say this now? Yeah, it would be whatever the overall amount you can give to somebody per year it would be. That's what I basically give to my family, and then it would be whatever then. So, of course, I do several things at that point. I would buy out my my aunt's farm, hand my cousin some money to get lost at this point, to get his own fucking place, basically. Because it'd be like, yeah, the farm's now in my name, motherfucker, get off the land. So, hire someone else to do the mowing and shit. It's not going to fuck everything up. Get a hold of my Ted uncle's one gun that I really want from that place, which I don't know if my cousin's fucked it up or not yet, but we'll find out at some point down the line. And then so forth and so on. So, yeah, basically it would just be getting everything ready to roll out and rolling it out, basically. So, which it should be pretty good when it's all said and done, though, if that were the case, and I was able to get the money together and have that lottery win, it would be nice. So, again, it would just be a matter of actually winning the friggin' thing. So, if we could do that, I would love to do that, but again, not sure about the legalities of things, and it have to be a whole thing. That's what it would be. So, but yeah, I think it's probably a pipe dream at this point, man. But I mean, it's still a nice dream to have. Is what it is. You never know. It's just that at one time, you're desperate or whatever, and then why not you at this point, So. This guy's talking about some woman supposedly convincing him to vote for Kamala now. So, I need to get this Trump or communism flag. Let me do a t-shirt. Yeah. Like I said, with RFK suspending his thing and throwing his weight behind Trump now, makes a lot of sense, dude. Makes a lot of sense. So, anyway, but yeah, I don't know. It's the rent shit is definitely out of control right now, and I feel like it's not even. I think a lot of it is not even people that live in America anymore, dude. I think it's a lot of fucking foreign nationals that are controlling our rental stuff here in this state, this country. And I'm not okay with that at all, dude. Because it's not how it should be. It should be Americans being able to, have the money to invest in their own properties. What it is there. Especially when you got these illegals being handed goddamn everything. What it is, dude. Like I'm honestly seriously, like I know Honda and I were joking about it the other day, but like I'm getting like closer and closer every day, dude, to just being like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna make a road trip down to the fucking border, make a video, you know, renounce my citizenship into this country, or whatever the case be, and then just simply come back through as an illegal and be like, hey, I'm here illegally. Give me everything now. See if that actually works or not. I guarantee it probably wouldn't. I'd probably be arrested and deported then back to Mexico, which is like, thing is, technically I'm still a U.S. citizen, is what it is there, dude. But then again, you renounce my citizenship, so it's like a whole thing there. So that'd be kind of a, yeah, be a real clusterfuck on that one. But so I don't know, man. I think Honda's plan might be better, actually, just getting a bunch of fake documents or something like that than is what it would be. You just come back as, like, you know, Juan the gardener or something like that kind of thing or something. I mean, it's not stupid, man. Like, it really isn't. Like, when you have, you know, when you're incentivizing Americans to think about being like criminals in their own country, like, it's pretty fucking bad, dude. It's a fucking sad day, honestly, in this country, and I think it shows the decay of our nation at this point, and the fall of our nation. Really, is what it is. So it's not good. It's not good at all. And like I said, when you put people in that position, when you're putting them in this, you know, catch-22 situation, or whatever there it is, dude, and it's like, yeah, it just fucking sucks, dude. Is what it is. You know, it's like, it'd be one thing if I could find something, but like, the problem is there's like almost nothing out there is what it is anymore, dude. I need to talk to my realtor guys what it is right now, because I know he was mentioning something to my sister about a place that was like a duplex in the area, and that would be great right now, dude. Like, that would be perfect, honestly. So, because that one place, like, I know, looking at back, actually, now that I think about it, of this place I looked at today that was this apartment complex, the place that was there, versus the one that I saw in pictures that my sister had found by the campus over there in Alliance. It kind of looked like that, except it was about half the size. So it was like whatever the size of that place was. It was like maybe like add another bedroom and like maybe another 10 feet of like livable space there to that. And that's pretty much what this place looked like then. Like, it was not that good at all, bro. And it's very, like I said, it's very, very disheartening when you think about it, man, because it's not even like I want to try to get ahead. I just want to, you know, be stable. And it would be nice to get ahead, obviously. But, like, the whole point is, it's like, I just like to be, like, you know, able to live at this point, really. And it's like, all these places I'm finding, it's like, how the hell am I supposed to live here, man? Like, you know, you're fucking me over, like, every way I look at it, dude. So it's like, how are you not supposed to be pissed as an American citizen at that point, you know? Because they're obviously screwing you is what it is, dude. And, like, that's the point. It's you're being completely screwed by your own government that gives a shit more about illegals than it does you as a citizen of that fucking nation. And it's like, how are you not supposed to be fucking angry about that, dude? Like, everybody should be super pissed about that right now. No. A random number that I do not recognize. In fact, it's coming up suspected spam potentially. It's like, it seems very suspicious. Let me see on this one. I'm gonna go look this up right now. Yep, Robocaller. Let's see, what is this about? Just trying to see if it actually left me a message. Huh? No, it was a guy from yesterday. I think that was like that weird. It wasn't really like a well. It would be a one ring, but it's not a one ring. It's like a multiple ring one or whatever. So I think maybe some kind of scam like that is what it is. But yeah, no, I know it's a robocaller. I'm definitely gonna fucking knock that shit on my list. That's what it is for the stuff to tell them to fuck off now. But anyway, I don't know how our fucking government hasn't fixed that shit at this point, dude. Like, it's like just do your fucking job, man. Seriously. So apparently, to be considered middle class in Ohio, you have to be bringing in $45,000 to $134,000. That was in 2022, by the way. And the median income in 2022 in the state of Ohio was less than 36,000 a year, dude. And I know it's way lower than that at this point in many cases, dude. Yeah. Yeah, there's no way, bro. So yeah, I think that's really why they can't fucking rent that place to anybody is what it is there, dude, because nobody can come up with verifiable income of like 3Gs a month is what it is there. And it's like, yeah, like how the fuck are you supposed to, dude? Like there's no way. There's absolutely no way. So at some point you gotta lower your standards a little bit anyway, man. Damn. You know? But I don't know. And the thing is too, it's like, what the hell is the point of having a cosigner if they're gonna come back at you and be like, "Oh no, we need like your income now"? It's like, well, I don't fucking have any. That's the whole point, man. Like, what? That's the point of having a fucking cosigner. You know, it's like go by their income. If shit happens with me, like they're on the fucking hook, man. So it's not like an hour emergency contact and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just fucking stupid is what it is, man. It's just like fucking dumbass people, man. I swear to God. I feel like that's the problem with society right now. Is what it is. It's just like people wanting to fucking have like everything for nothing, basically. Or really, in that case, it's trying to overcharge people for fucking nothing. And you're claiming you're giving them everything. That's what it is there. So, like, it's so backwards, right? Like the fact that I've been fighting for disability in this country for like I think it's almost 2.5 years now, and I still haven't gotten it, even though I directly fit like every fucking box that they have when it comes to their blue book of stuff, dude. Whether it be arthritis issues, whether it be other stuff like that, the autism, all that stuff like that combined together, dude. Like that alone should qualify me right now. And the fact they keep dragging their fucking feet and are like, "Oh no, you know, we don't have anything for you yet," kind of thing. It's like, dude, fucking get off your asses and do something already. Is what it is. And especially the people that are supposedly fighting for me for the shit, dude. Like, get off your fucking asses and do something for me, bro. You're obviously not doing shit right now. So, like, it's just beyond infuriating what it is. It's frustrating as hell, is what it really comes down to being, for that matter. Yeah, it so pisses me off, dude. But yeah, it just really bothers the hell out of me, is what it is. Yeah. Yeah, like I have a lot of problems with the whole thing, and it's just like I said, it just seems like a way to fuck people over is what it is, dude. And like the thing is too, like the location that this place was at, like it would have been ideal potentially for where I was at, you know, like to go to wherever, like yeah, I could have had food delivered potentially within like a couple miles of me then if I needed to go that route. Or it could have been a situation there where it's, I just simply have, what am I trying to say here now? Yeah, it would just be a situation there where it'd be, I would just go up the street there and it'd be like, partially a block up there would be a Dollar Tree, and I would just, buy stuff from the Dollar Tree and stuff like that. So, but anyway, yeah, it is what it is. But unfortunately, it's not to be the case on this one, and yeah, it's just, kind of sucks on that. But I don't know, man. It all feels fucked up, is what it is. And it really just bothers the shit out of me, honestly, on this one, dude. Like when is enough kind of thing. It's like that part of the movie Mallrats where the guy's like, "When the hell do I see the goddamn sailboat?" Like that's kind of what it feels like right now, man. I'm being serious when I say that too. Like it does kind of feel like that. It's like why not me? So, but I don't know, man. So do I have to cripple myself at this point, dude? Like permanently? Do I gotta chop a fucking leg off or something for them to give me disability at this point? Like Jesus. So I don't know. One thing I thought was very interesting too about this place, though, and that could also be another going back to the whole why it hasn't been rented yet kind of thing. The woman was saying something about anybody that has a felony would be automatically disqualified from the thing is what it is there, which is like I don't have that obviously. I'm not a convicted felon of any kind. So and I could kind of see why too, just because of where the place is located. It's within like I think a mile or something of like multiple schools and shit like that. So yeah, I could totally see them doing it for that exact reason. It would be then. So you know, and it would make logical sense to have a situation like that as it would be. So because again, you don't know what the felony is that they've charged with. It could be any kind of thing from people creeping on kids to just like some random dude doing whatever then and doing like some criminal stuff as what it is then whatever. Anyway, but yeah, thankfully for me, I already know I can pass a background check and everything else like that. It's just again, it's just I think the verified income thing is the issue right now. What it is for the most part, it's just finding a way to basically so-called prove that is what it would be then. Which again, it really shouldn't matter, you know, if I can provide income or not when I'm having a cosigner sign for me, and they're going to be the ones paying the fucking rent, dude. So it's like, what the hell's the point? It's like, what the hell's the point of what I make, dude? It's like whatever they would make then. So I don't know. I just think it's people wanting too much, is what it is, dude. Whether it be too much information, too much fucking, whatever for people is what it is at that point. So I don't know. I know my cousin said something about. I guess there was a couple places that came up for rent in this area, not far from him. There is what it is. So maybe that's what it'll be at the end of the day. Maybe it's something like that where I need to just look into those places. And if that be the case, maybe it will be a little bit more per month. But I got to burn out or whatever then. And then it just becomes a situation of, whatever else then is going to be just, having to, what was I saying? Yeah, it'd be a situation of having to do whatever then, and just cut finances elsewhere would be then. So, which at this point I'm not like, because I was talking to neighbors about it today and stuff like that. I was like, because they were asking me like, "Oh, do you still have the cable over there?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they were saying about they got rid of theirs recently, and it's because it just kept going out or whatever then, and like people were just bullshitting with what it was, and they're apparently trying to take back the box, and they weren't taking it back because it was somebody else's name or something kind of thing. Like it wasn't her name, it wasn't his name or something, and yeah, it just became a whole clusterfuck then. And it was like she's just like, "Fine, fucking people, I'm just getting rid of it then entirely." So, and then I guess they got an antenna is what it was now, and she's like, "Yeah, he's got some of the weirdest ass channels you ever think about having then." And then they're saying how like the news or whatever, it's like just whatever news, whatever that comes on there then. So, which I would assume was just basic, like 3, 5, and 8 is what they're got coming in there is what it would be then. So, although I could be wrong about that one, but yeah, I know there is some like weird ass channels that are on those things. Like, it's the one. It was I'm trying to think what it's called now. It would be like the old oh crap, what is those things? Like honeymooners and stuff like that they would throw on there, and like taxi and shit would be one of the things. I forget what the actual channel is called offhand, but yeah, it's like something where it's like a bunch of the old classics like that from like the 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever it is there. Like I think Gunsmoke was one of the things they had on there for like an hour block throughout the day or something like that. And it's like I said, Bonanza I think was on there a little bit. I can't remember if Little House is on there at all or not, but then there's like other ones on there too though. And it's all very, very interesting things and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's like a whole situation there, and it's like I was telling them, I'm like, yeah, it'd be nice to just have, whoever buys this place just buy it out or whatever, and then just be like, all right, we're cool with you staying here for like the next, 6, 8 months and just paying us X amount of dollars in rent would be then. Because if it wasn't for, the couple that backed out, having to back out because of the stupid ass downturn with the fucking overseas there with that fucking shit happening there a few months ago. It was whenever that stock market crash happened over there in Japan during the last like month and a half, whatever it was now. That's what caused those people to back out, because that dude heard like the next day or 2 days later, whatever it was, he's like, "Oh yeah, my company's going to start, laying people off and then cutting other people's hours," and he ended up getting his hours cut in half, is what it was then. And now he's regretting not buying the place completely, because he's like, "Oh shit," now it's going market value basically, and realizing like, yeah, you could have got like a really good deal on this fucking place then. So, which at the same time means we would have got fucked over completely then on that one. So. Yeah, like I was telling my sister, I was like, I hope it's this woman that came through the other day, because would get it then, because she seems like a very nice lady, and I feel like her and I could definitely make something happen there, whether it be, something where I am like potentially a permanent renter in this place for like years to come, or whether it be a situation where I am a random dude that now has an older lady as my future wife potentially. Who happens to be a potential multimillionaire then, who would be, or at least has some money anyway from someplace. There's what it is. So, but yeah, that chick was in her, I think 50s, if I'm not mistaken, like mid 50s, give or take. She was a decent looking woman, though, I'll tell you that right now. And truthfully, honestly, it would probably be in that kind of a situation, like I said before, with the whole thing. Here's what it is. Where you have all these young girls now that are in their 20s, early 30s, whatever it is, there have like these huge ass body counts. Like a chick like that would have like maybe like 5 dudes in her entire life or something like that, most likely. So potentially I would be that like 5th guy, essentially, is what it would be then. So yeah, but because that's the time period of history where we actually had like decency in our country again. And people grew up with actual morals, is what it was. Now, not so much. It's all this fucking moral decay and just, whoring behavior is what it is there. So, it's unfortunate that we've gone down that fucking road of just insanity is what it is now, dude, and people are just okay with it apparently. It's just sad, man. It really is. It's sad, it's pathetic, etc. It's multiple things for that matter. And it's just very, very disgusting, disheartening, etc. there. So it doesn't have to be that way either, dude. It could easily be a better way of doing things. It could be a better way of accomplishing things. Just better overall is what would be there. Unfortunately, people are not that way. You want to have these people that want to have their cake and eat it too kind of thing is what it is there. And yeah, it's not cool, bro. It's not cool to be a giant whore in your life. So I don't know. Like I said, it just feels weird, I guess is the best way to describe it right now. It's just this weird flux in my life I'm at right now. I just had some other things I wanted to do at this time in the life of my history is what it is there, dude. And I just feel like there's so much I haven't gotten accomplished yet. And that would be another reason, by the way, to do like a whole road trip thing, because it's like, there's like so many things I'd like to see. I haven't seen like jack shit at this point. Although just my luck, like literally just my fucking luck, I would end up in a situation there where I end up coming across like multiple gangs of motherfuckers or something like that in my journey. Then I end up getting like carjacked by a bunch of fucking criminals or something like that is what it would be. Like knowing my fucking luck that would happen to, by the way. Where it's like, oh yeah, what happened, bro? It's like, oh yeah, I was going on this fucking road trip, and all of a sudden I had like this fucking gang of MS-13 just jack my shit. So, yeah. But I don't know, man. I definitely want to get. If I was going to do a road trip, one thing I definitely would want to get is a concealed carry permit, just so I'd have reciprocity with as many states as possible. Then, and then simply lay out a roadmap then of exactly which way I want to go. Then is what it would be, just so I know exactly where I'm good at, where I'm not good at, kind of things. What it is there. So, if worst comes to worst, I could always just, be still good to go is what it is then versus, God forbid I end up, in a bad place, whatever the case be, and then I'm just fucked is what it is. So, because unlike some others, I will not carry around a 5-shot revolver as a go-to. I would definitely want to carry a full-size semi-auto handgun. And I will never back down on that one, dude, because with the way things are going in our fucking society right now, dude, like, yeah, I'm not going to be underarmed if something does go down. So, but anyway, that's pretty much where I'm at, though, for the whole thing. And like I said, that would be nice to be able to just have, something where you can sit there and be like, okay, cool, this is how it's going to be kind of thing or whatever. And then it's just the whole, deal or whatever. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. It definitely feels like a really, really interesting place to be in right now, though, because, like I said, it would be one thing entirely if I could hit the lottery or something like that. That'd be nice. And then it would just be a matter of, going and making up a thing to collect as would be then. That's another thing too, by the way. In the state of Ohio, we don't have to actually collect as who the fuck we are. We can just do it anonymously. So yeah, if I was going to do something, I would definitely do something that nobody would know me under as it would be then. It would be some kind of a moniker thing, like, XYZ Corporation or whatever it is there, and just call ourselves like whatever then is what it is. So like it wouldn't matter, it would just be a made up name or some kind or whatever then. And obviously that would be who is collecting that. Is that essentially a state is what it would be, is the one collecting then the cash option. And then it would just be, I would get I would actually get two things going immediately then. I would find a really reputable attorney of some kind that potentially could be my attorney for my affairs and shit like that when it comes to, money management kind of things, what it is there. And then secondly, I would go and get, or no, that's what it would be. It wouldn't be attorney; it would be financial advisor. Well, first of all, I'd find an attorney to do the collection stuff, what it is there for me, underneath that name or whatever. And then secondly, I would have that attorney guy, whatever the case be, have them find somebody that is reputable as shit then, that could potentially be a money finance person for me, is what it is there, / investor guy, so that way I would know exactly what I could do, to make a little bit more money off this money and make some investments happen, is what it is there. I probably wouldn't play the stock market at that point just because it's too volatile now, is what it is. Unless I was going to invest in like, Halliburton or fucking like one of these kind of, Raytheon type of like war stocks, as it is there basically, because they're companies that make obviously, weapons manufacturing and stuff like that for potential upcoming wars that would be then. Like unless I was going to invest heavily in those guys, like I don't think I'd invest at all really. And then mostly I'd probably just do like other stuff. I know there's talk been going around now. I guess it was some company recently made an announcement where it was supposed to be they were making some kind of a silver ion battery or something like that. It's like pure silver, I guess, on the outside of it. And people were talking about silver shooting through the roof pretty soon is what it's going to be. So that should be cool if that does happen. It would be nice too, for that matter, because I got some silver sitting around right now that could make some decent chunk of change on then. It'd also be a good idea to possibly get some money together and invest in silver then, if that be the case, just for that exact reason. Then if it does skyrocket like crazy, I can just buy in at like whatever it is right now for like an ounce or something like that, get a few ounces or whatever, and then just, walk away with a shit ton of money then when it's all, goes in skyrocket mode or whatever then. So, but yeah, and Mike and I were talking about that day actually about how what makes precious metals worth what they're worth is what it is. They were like specifically gold is what he was talking about. And I was like, yeah, I don't really know 100% on that one. Like, I assume it's because of it being like essentially a world-backed currency more or less. And that would make sense to me, logically speaking, of like, yeah, if you're going to be, if you're going to be something that every country backs as a potential like secondary currency for their, money or whatever, then it would make a whole lot of sense then for you to be like a crazy amount per ounce is what it is then. Not to mention, obviously, every country has a gold-backed reserve, it seems like. I think there's a reason why America has Fort Knox and shit like that. Obviously, there's been talk about that for some years now, about it just being all cleaned out for decades. And because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the last sitting president to actually see the inside of Fort Knox was, I think, Nixon, if I'm not mistaken. So that would have been like 50-something years ago now or something. So, yeah. I don't know about y'all, man, but if I was a sitting president at this point, I would definitely want to know what the fuck's in Fort Knox is, what it is, dude, when it comes to our gold and shit. Just so I know that we're not, have been robbed basically at that point. I'm trying to think what the one was that they were talking about in that movie, Die Hard 3, or Die Hard with a Vengeance, I guess it would be called. Because it was in the, I want to say New York Stock Exchange or something like that, I think is where it was at. Or pretty close to that, if that would be the case. And it was like all the different gold reserves in a bunch of different countries. There's what it was. And that guy was like making jokes about Fort Knox as it was. So, yeah. I'll tell you one thing, though. The funny thing about that movie, actually, is the whole movie magic thing. Because you got a guy who has a obvious, I believe it's 5-shot tube magazine in that shotgun. And yet he shoots like 13 fucking times or something like that without reloading. And it's like, That's fucking impressive as shit, bro. Like, where's that magic shotgun at? Somebody give me that motherfucker. Or it's like the same thing with Herschel in the second season of The Walking Dead, where he has, I think it was a Remington 870 or something like that. That's again another 5-rounder, and he shoots like 10 rounds or something out of the damn thing, and it's like without reloading. And I'm just like, damn, brother, pass that shit this way. So yeah, it's just funny. But nah, seriously though, it's funny, but it's fucking stupid at the same time, because it's like all you're doing is showing like the ignorance in Hollywood and like how nobody has any fucking knowledge of, you know, firearms and stuff like that. I guess it could be worse though. It could be like that movie Con Air, where the guy literally tosses the dude a shotgun and it somehow becomes an M16. That's like, what the fuck? That is some funny shit though, by the way. I've never seen that movie. Like, seriously, go back and watch that movie. It's the point where they are at the weapons hall in the under the plane. There is what it is, the belly of the plane. And yeah, you have these dudes like pulling out like the boxes that have all different rifles and guns and stuff in them is what it is there, dude. And yeah, this dude legitimately pulls out a riot shotgun. I think it's either a Mossberg or a Remington, and like throws it at that Swamp Thing guy. And all of a sudden, like as soon as it like flips into his hands, it suddenly becomes an M16. Then it's like, what the hell? Like, it makes zero logical sense at all. And you know what really happened there? It was somebody obviously editing clips together and shit like that on the cutting room floor or whatever it is, and not realizing like, oh, we done fucked up basically. So yeah, like I'm assuming it was some idiot fucking guy, or maybe it actually was some guy who was doing it just to fuck with people then to see if anybody caught it then. Because I remember as a kid watching that scene but not really thinking too much of it, right? And it wasn't until I was an adult here that I was like, wait a minute, that ain't right. So it did take me like, you know, not granted I'm not watching a movie every single year is what it is, but yeah, I've watched enough times to where it should have been a, you know, clue at some point down the past like 20 years or so of like, hey, what the fuck? You know. But yeah, I guess I just wasn't paying attention when that scene popped up or whatever then, like half the time, so. But yeah, it's just funny. It's just funny itself. And like I said, I really think it was just them seeing what they could get away with or whatever, and seeing how smart people were is what it is there. So, but yeah, it's just kind of sad on that one, dude. That, you know, in order for you to really get ahead in life, you gotta do, you know, something else what it does then. So anyway, but yeah, it's gonna suck, dude. It's gonna suck having to leave this place and leave the safety and security of this area and whatnot. And like even the neighbor guy was saying about how, you know, not really getting to know too many people around here, but they got to know us enough. And it's, yeah. Like he was saying about my mom, he was like, yeah, she was definitely one of these salt of the earth type of women is what it was there. Like really just genuine and whatnot. Obviously hardworking and everything. And yeah, it's nice to hear those kind of things, obviously, because it is true. She very much was. And she, like I was telling them, dude, this is why I will hate the fucking Waltners, the people that make up the Walmart billionaire crew is what it is there, the rest of my natural life. And it's because my mother, God rest her soul, worked for these fucking assholes for almost 20 years of her damn life, dude, making cakes and shit there in the bakery. Every chance these fucking scumbags got, they made her cut her fucking overtime hours. And I calculated a couple of years ago when she was still on Earth with us, man, they fucked her out of over $100,000 in overtime pay in that 19-something odd years that she worked for them. If I had that money right now, I could pay off the fucking debt on this place and be free and clear with like 20 grand. It's bullshit, dude. It's absolute fucking bullshit. That I am now losing my ancestral home because of a bunch of goddamn scumbag billionaires known as the Waltons. fuck those people, man, forever. Not to mention they're also the same pieces of shit that make up Bilderberg at this point. So yeah, doubly fuck those people in their fucking ass at this point, dude. So, anyway. But yeah, for those that don't know why I'm bitter, man, like, you're obviously not paying attention. And I have every damn right to be at this point. When I should be able to just literally walk away free and clear on this place, dude, and be able to do what the fuck I want, including live on the damn land here. But I can't because of a bunch of fucking billionaire cocksuckers that it is there. That seem to hate humanity more and more, it seems like. So, yeah, just very fucking infuriating for sure. Extremely fucking infuriating for sure. And like I said, just it's a bunch of bullshit is what it is, dude. It's a bunch of bullshit all the way around. And it fucking pisses me off. So, anyway. But yeah, Rent is just a giant shit show, really. And again, we shouldn't be a fucking nation of renters. We should be a nation of homeowners, for God's sakes. It's like, where the hell is my fucking zero payment down? Where the hell is my fucking, $30,000 down, whatever it is there that you got going on in California and Oregon and stuff like that, but only for illegals and shit like that's what it is, dude. Which again, how unconstitutional is that bullshit, dude? Like, you literally have these fucking scumbag corporations handing money to an illegal alien to buy a fucking home here in a country they can't even legally be in. Yet, meanwhile, American citizens can't get nothing. Like, tell me how that's right. Tell me how that's fair. Tell me why American citizens are not just Breaking Bad at this point, dude. I mean that shit seriously. Nobody really could. I guarantee it, man, because it would literally go to a point then of being like, no, we should be Breaking Bad kind of thing is what it is then. I totally get Walter White, by the way, dude. I totally understand that character now. It was a guy in his last fucking, legs at that point, if you will. Just finally having enough and being like, you know what, fuck it. Like, let's just do this shit. And sure enough, he did the shit. And it led to his, basically being a criminal for like a couple years of his life is what it was there. And I believe he eventually did die at the end of the whole thing. But still, the whole point of it was, though, dude, it's like, yeah, you have a dude who, saw that he was dying of cancer, saw that he had very little time left, wanted to cement a, good life/legacy for his family is what it is. And so what did he do? He was a chemist, or a chemistry teacher, I should say. He was also a chemist before, that's what it was. Who decided to cook meth is what it is then, dude. And try to make a really good product is what it was then. So. Now, granted, that being said, I'm not saying we should go cook meth. Obviously, that's fucking stupid. What I'm saying is the whole, plot and theory behind that whole show is what it is. Makes logical sense. It's like, yeah, you got a man on the last, days of his life pretty much, like just saying, hey, fuck it, if not now, then when, kind of thing. And that's exactly how I feel about right now is what it is, dude. It's like, yeah, what's the point even anymore to maintain, and be good when, like, what's it really gotten you in life, Like seriously, what do I really have to show for in my life currently for being a good person my entire life? Not much at all, dude. Again, I'm in debt from fucking credit card debt. I am in, like, not a lot, but I got a little bit to pay off right now is what it is, but I'm in a shitload of fucking student loan debt that I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay off or not on that one. And then just a bunch of other crap is what it is, man. And it's just like, at what point is enough, really? at what point is Adam going to be able to get ahead? Is what it is here, man. So, and like I said, that's the kind of shit that just bothers the hell out of me. Is what it is, dude. Because you see all these other people doing all kinds of fucking shit, and then it's like, yeah, you can't even do nothing, dude. Like seriously, like the last time I went out to a movie, for God's sakes, uh, was probably like 6 or 7 years ago now, and even then it was somebody else paying my way to go see this film. Was what it was. So, yeah, like it's been a long, long time, dude. It's not like I go out to eat at all, for that matter. So, to answer the question, no, I don't have chemistry. I do not have the chemistry skills to do stuff like that. Thankfully, obviously it's a burden and a curse on that one. So. Now, granted, I would never make meth anyway, just because it's fucking stupid. Like the whole process itself is just retarded. Which, by the way, for those who don't know, if you actually do try to follow the recipe in that show, what you're actually making is some kind of blue rock candy, and that's what that Vince Gilligan guy made sure of that one, because somebody was talking about trying to do the recipe of that. And yeah, what you're essentially making is like the ingredients of rock candy is what it is. So, but yeah, it's kind of funny on that one. So anyway, although it kind of reminds me of that one of the early seasons of that Moonshiner show, which was you had this dude who got busted, and I forget which one of the counties it was that was part of that series. And when the cops arrested him, they were asking him, they're like, "Hey, how'd you learn how to make moonshine and stuff like that?" He's like, "Oh, I watched the Moonshiner show," because literally like the first season or two of that series, those guys like explained the exact measurements of how to make moonshine is what it was. So it's kind of funny on that one. But anyway, yeah, it's like crazy stuff, man, for sure. But yeah, I sent a text to my neighbor, or my old neighbor guy today, uh, giving him my condolences for his mother-in-law's recent passing, and telling them like, hey, if you guys need anything, like let me know, get a hold of me, whatever the case be. If you need somebody there for emotional support, wherever it is there, like let me know, because I know how it is, man. I am like Exhibit A, basically, of of how things are, and knowing what losing a mother this year is like. Because again, it's only been roughly 7 months since mom's passing, so it just sucks, dude. It really does. Like, there was a few days ago there, I was gonna say something to her because she was always sitting in her chair over there, and sure enough, I was turned to say something, and then realized like, oh yeah, she's not there anymore. I swear to God, though, man, I was hearing like a voice a while ago, like, and by a while ago, I mean like a couple months back now is what it was. Like, I swear I heard, because again, I was gonna go say something in that general direction, or whatever the case be, and I swear to God, I heard like what would have been her voice saying something to me. So, and it's very possible, honestly, I could just be hearing ghosts at this point, honestly, dude, for all the fuck I know. So, yeah, it's not out of the realm of possibility on that one. But what's sad is like, you have somebody in your life for so long, and then it's like all of a sudden they're just gone, and it's like, what do I do now, kind of thing. So it's like, what does life look like after her now? But anyway, I don't know, man. It just feels very shitty is what it is. And like I said, it's even shittier that we couldn't just hold on to the house for at least the end of the fucking year anyway. Like at least the damn election here is what it is. So, because at least if that were the case, it wouldn't be so bad, you know. It would just be more or less like, hey, like here's the deal. So, anyway, but yeah, it just feels very, very emotional for sure. And I don't know. I just don't. I'd like to think there's more to it than everything, but I don't know if there really is, honestly, dude. Like, it just feels very just, like, not right, really. Like, it just feels like there's just, like, a void now, you know? Like, you thought there was something else, and now it's, you know, nothing's there, really, is what it is. And, yeah, it just feels very shitty, honestly, is the best way to describe it. Like, it just feels like not right, really, is what it is, man. So, I don't know. It bumps me out, is what it is, dude. Because again, it's like, you know, it's like I was telling the neighbor guys and stuff like that. Like, if only she hadn't taken that shit, man. And I'll leave it at that. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you want to get into more detail, follow us on Rumble. I usually do streams on there every so often, and we will get into more detail over there that we can actually talk about freely. Unlike YouTube that wants to censor us for any kind of talk about, you know, things relating to 2020. So, anyway, but yeah, that's the whole thing, man. So, on that note, though, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a day because I'm getting kind of sleepy right now. I'm not feeling the greatest either. I think I might be catching something. So, I hope not. But who knows, man? With my luck, probably did catch something at this point. But yeah, I prefer to just go, nothing else, be able to sleep it off for a while and just chill out, basically. But y'all have a good one, man. Stay safe, stay vigilant. Always be carrying, always be ready to go if something does happen. Because you never know. You never know if it's going to be today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, whatever it is. That you're going to have to be ready to protect yourself and your family. And you can only do that if you have the tools at hand to be able to accomplish the things you need to accomplish. And that's why you must never let the government disarm you under any circumstances whatsoever. And anyone who's trying to disarm you should be looked at as your immediate arch nemesis for life. And it's as simple as that, really. So, anyway, till later. Peace out, y'all. Stay safe, stay vigilant, do what needs to be done. Protect yourself, protect your loved ones. Have a good one, y'all. Later.